start. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a nice holiday. Wishing you all a healthy, happy New Year. Okay, we're going to do a roll call.
Okay. Diane,
She's out there.
gentlemen, she's down.
Yeah.
Kate, Vinmont.
Yeah.
Ruth.
Here.
Bobby Levin,
Here.
and Rose down. Gloria,
Here.
Michael. Here. Phyllis.
Well, she's out since she's going. What's the problem?
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your families.
I think Cheyenne resigned, if not.
Which Diane? Which
Diane
Diane?
Rose.
Cheyenne Rose,
Yes.
I don't
She
think,
come on,
Get a resignation?
yeah, I thought.
No, she did verbally.
Right, no, Carolyn.
Well,
It's
three times if you're not here, you did, I didn't hear. The rule is if you don't show up after 3 times without letting us know you're off.
As far as the
You're off.
offices, David Israel is not here, Ed Grossman is not here. Dominic is not here, Stuart had to take a flight for the doctor, I'm here, Patricia's here, Joanne and David Boaz is absent.
Okay, did you read the minutes? Did everyone read
Yeah,
the
I
minutes? Okay, any corrections, additions?
I make a motion to accept the rules written.
Okay, okay.
And we done.
Now Diane has a trip coming for Bobby Levin is going to speak about that excursion bus.
We had, I believe, 31 people signed up, or 35 as of now. She is well organized. She will be very careful about checking people in. I guess if there are a few late stragglers, they can still call her. But as far as I know, the trip is on.
They will be
And they
leaving,
can-
tell them that they'll be leaving.
What's that?
She wanted me to mention when the bus would be.
Oh, she wants everybody at the clubhouse by 9. We're scheduled to leave at 9:30. And she gave everybody a copy of the announcement when they paid, so that everybody should have all of the particulars in front of them.
Come on.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So that's it, Bobby, right?
That's it.
Excuse me for a minute, I wanted to go on this.
How much is it? It is $15.
Happy healthy New Year, gentlemen.
New Year.
Well, you stupid, I tried to go to the answer, so, what's that, I have to give it to you. Sure, I'll go, Greg. Okay, thank you. You want water or something? Oh, yeah, what's your name, sir?
Daniel.
Daniel?
Daniel, yes.
Daniel, yes, Daniel, I think it's.
Daniel.
Okay, Bobby, that's it?
That's it, other than while I have before, a number of people constantly asking me, when are we having another trip? And I say to them,
Hello, good afternoon, happy New Year.
Oh, happy New Year.
if you have an idea for a trip, please let the transportation committee know. I am not the travel director, so don't tell me about it. And they want to have trips.
Well, that's interesting, because I spoke to a lot of people, I said, well, where would you like to go? So I have been asking, I haven't gotten any response, so you can't put together excursion bus if you have no one that wants to go in here. You saw what happened with the Elliott Museum. I don't know what it is, but unfortunately, the responses haven't been great to go in here. You know, including in the Italian club, it's the same way. But I will ask around, and if I can think of something, I think people may want to go. I'm suggesting walking in.
I don't know. This one's walking out.
Okay, so that and that. Excuse me. What's any old business? Anyone? Maybe you can have a copy of this since everyone didn't show up. Any new business? Wow, it's gonna be a quick meeting today. General discussion, anyone? No,
Oh, you have anything new news for us?
good or welfare, anything, so Omar,
Well, happy New Year to all of you.
Thank you.
I hope that you had a blast to end the year.
as much as old people can.
So is that mine? Yeah, just put it off. Or yours or mine? I just want to introduce you guys to Mr. Daniel Molina. He is
Molina,
Daniel Molina.
welcome.
He is our maintenance manager.
Okay.
So this is the first meeting of the year, so I invited him to
Absolutely.
yeah, first to come see you guys to get to know the committee in Central Village. And also, so you know who is in charge of maintenance at the terminal. So he has many years of experience. He came from Newark, New York.
Newark, New Jersey.
New Jersey,
That's
sorry,
right.
Newark, New Jersey, yeah. So prior to Academy, he was working in as a show manager in one of the largest company. They do recycling. And he was in charge of a fleet of over 120 trucks. So buses were new for him. But mechanically, the buses and the truck, they share the same transmission, same engine, and a lot of the components on the suspension. So it was really easy for him to fit in our terminal. And to surprise of most of us, within the first couple of weeks, he had already all the bus numbers and most of the years and model in mind. He was able to jump right in. And I'm really happy, not because he's here, but I'm really happy of the way he's handling the shop. He had new mechanics and he's been able to, within the first few months, to get involved into the entire operation of the company and getting the bus running, getting up to speed with all the maintenance. He is right now, he caught up with all the preventive maintenance that we do for the buses that we were behind. And well, again, I just wanted to be able to get to see one of the meetings, how we're doing, what we discussed, even though that this meeting seems to be, a short meeting. But at least he had a good feeling of how we do business, how we do with you guys, and get to know all of you. Okay?
Good, now, if we have a problem with the bus, we don't call him directly,
No,
we call you.
no, we do the regular channels that we use.
Okay.
But at the very end, anything related to the maintenance, fixing, changing, replacing on the buses, he will be the one assigning the mechanics and getting the bus, checking the schedule, and we discuss the three of us. We have meetings a lot. We don't have any official meetings. Before COVID, we used to meet every Tuesday. Because Monday is payroll, we have to finish the payroll, so Tuesday is the best day for us to get together and meet. We're going back to that. We stopped for some time, especially because my shop manager was not present. So it was, kind of some feeling person for a long time. So right now, since we have the team back together, we're gonna start doing that again.
Tuesday morning or?
We used to meet Tuesday mornings. Doesn't matter if it's in the morning, so if it is Tuesday like today, I have to meet with you guys, it's 1 o'clock, 1:30. So my meeting is 9 o'clock in the morning, it's not gonna overlap.
Okay.
But despite that we are not doing those meetings now, we get together a lot. So let's go to my office quickly, let's go over a couple of things. So we have a lot of conversation, a lot of communication. So between him and Mario, when we have buses that need to be maintenance, we work together to make sure that we don't send the bus to the contract the following day, or that we change the bus in the afternoon for the afternoon shift, and we get the buses rotating, and we are able to work on the buses.
Are we going to get any more new buses this year?
I was actually discussing with Mr. Dave Lincoln. He's the one in charge of the real estate for the company. Countrywide. So and real estate sounds like just buildings, but for us, real estate also includes the fleet. So he mentioned to us that, and I'm not supposed to be telling you this, but he mentioned to us that our new buses are supposed to be driving out of the line, the general operation line. He says, well, somewhere in March, somewhere in March. So let's keep the fingers crossed.
Okay,
You know, sometimes delays is not in our end. But he did say we have around 15 buses that are driving off the line. The first 15 are not coming to south, they're coming to north, but then after those, the next will be coming down to West Palm Beach. So let's keep the fingers crossed.
How many newer buses do we have?
Right now, we're gonna receive 2 brand new buses for this contract, 2024.
right.
And
You
then
have two already, as of the last meeting, you said you had two. We
We-
see them.
I had one that came. That we were refurbishing the seats and putting all the seats. That is gonna be in service, what, probably by the end of the month? By the end of this month. That is this is a 2016. It's a bus that we're bringing in, just to include in the rotation of the buses that we use for you guys. The idea is to always have buses available to cover in case of breakdowns, pending maintenance, accidents, whatever happens with the buses, that we have another bus to put on service right away to avoid interruptions. We have right now like 4 or 5 of those buses, 2016, 2017, that we are running here. When we receive those, we retire 3 buses from the original buses that we had in the contracts. So 64, I don't know, the numbers may not mean anything to you, but they were 2904, 2910, 2911. Those 3 buses are retired and gone. So in lieu of those, we brought newer buses.
Mhm.
So right now you have 3 newer buses compared to the ones that we started with.
Right, that's what we said.
Yeah, and then we also have 29, 20, and 21 that we put new engines on it. And we put new transmissions on it, and we did a lot of work on those. They're gonna be back in service, or actually, there's one of them back in service, the other one's still in the shop with the final touches. And then that last one that I mentioned to you in the last meeting, that we're doing the seats and we're doing the interior. That is the fleet that we're using for you guys. Including 2903, 2909, and 2901, that are originally, that came originally when we first started the contract. So we're talking about almost 9 buses just for this contract. In addition to that, we should be receiving 2 brand new buses. Though that would be the fleet that we're gonna use for you guys, we should be able to use buses here and there, get all the maintenance done without seeing any interruptions on the service, because we will have the feed. And also, these days, like right now, you guys wanna do an additional bus for the fair.
Mhm.
For the fairgrounds, remember that to the last meeting, and now I can do it, you wanna do it, just let's add 1 more bus to the line. So we don't need to run, for a lot of these things, we don't need to run to the sales department to book a charter bus just for 1 day, a few hours. I should be able to do it with a transit bus, and it's gonna fall into the same contract, it's gonna be just an additional route for a few hours, and the price will be better for you guys. Which is totally different to an excursion is something different, it's,
We
you know,
know.
exactly. But again, bringing those buses and being able to have a few more buses to play with, we can, you know, and in the future, if you wanna add another line, another bus periodically, we should be able to do it too. So hopefully that brings us in a better position with you guys. And then we'll have also more time to do details on the buses. You know, sometimes you need to do maintenance and put parts that you order the part and it takes a couple of days, 3 days, 5 days, sometimes a week to get the parts. Because it's a heavy part, shipping it's not around the corner. So he should be able to get the bus down for 2, 3, 4, 5 days without interruptions on the service. Because we have all the buses to, you know, to continue running.
Okay, that's good. I understand you always provided buses to go to the fairgrounds anyway. So that was part of whatever you were doing originally. And I want to commend you for the job you've been doing. I know you have been calling people back. I know I gave you a couple of complaints, probably don't make too much sense. And of course, when someone asks for another bus, we don't pay attention to a few people asking for a bus to go to somewhere else. Because this is for the whole community and we're not gonna have 1,000 more bus stops, you know? So I wanna thank you for paying attention to what I'm sending you guys and for answering people's complaints or whatever, which is few in number these days. Thank you. So the service has definitely improved tremendously, and I hope we'll be able to work together in the years to come.
And something I want to mention to you, I don't know, Donald, if you receive regarding the incident here at the exit with the rating.
Oh, yeah,
You guys,
I didn't get the invoice yet, as soon as I get it, I'll send it to you,
Okay,
all right? It's done, but they haven't sent the
Okay.
invoice.
because I haven't heard anything else, and I know that we have that pending.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you get it, just send it over to me.
We know where you live.
and just one other thing that I would like to do, to please send me continuously when the bus schedules, the supervisors change, because I've been asking, we've always been behind, like for 2 days, we don't know who the supervisor is. So wherever you ended at, whether it's the 6th, the 7th, whatever, just send me the continuation if you know the schedule.
Every Tuesday, I try to send you, I sent
I don't get
already
it all
for
the
today.
time. Yeah, I saw it today, I got,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but until,
It's starting tomorrow.
yeah, right.
Yeah, what you're saying is that
It's,
it
you want to
was
stop.
an email that you sent,
Yeah.
you missed a couple of days and it was,
See, I'm not here every day. So it stops tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what follows afterwards? If you could send that to me, me and Donald, because I'm not in the office every day. I greatly
I'm
appreciate-
copy the, I'm doing the schedule for the supervisor for 1 week.
Yeah.
Tuesday,
for a whole week.
I'm sorry, Wednesday to Tuesday. Okay, so I'm sending every Tuesday all the week. And I put you,
Eva
Eva,
Eva,
and
Donald,
Donald.
and put copy for
Also?
vice
No.
president email too.
Yeah, yeah, just the vice president is fine, you know, vice president 4, you don't have to send it to both my personal and,
I send it to both.
yeah,
okay.
you know, we want to make sure that you somehow you get it.
Okay. Yeah, I think once or twice I was just missing a day in between whatever, and people would say, we're, you know, who's on schedule.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, otherwise the service has been great, most of the questions.
If we have any change.
Yeah.
And I need to send you any date.
Mhm.
I'm sending you the date because maybe at the last minute we have
Right, I
changed
wasn't
some
able to-
supervisor for any reason and I every send you the date.
Yeah. That's good.
So if no one has anything to say, visitors or otherwise, you have something to say, Faith? I can't see if that.
Whenever you're ready.
Huh?
Whenever you're ready, whenever you're through.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
yes,
Just it
well, yesterday evening, there was no 6 o'clock bus.
6 o'clock.
Want to just go down, or I just didn't show up.
Was there a
6 o'clock, I don't want to just go to the show, but 6 o'clock bus didn't come.
Which route? Which route?
One.
One,
Is it scheduled?
Yeah, what's the holiday
Taken on the
yesterday?
holidays?
Yeah, but
We
it
were
was,
running, oh, you're talking about you turn around, okay, I'm
okay,
sorry.
but it buses run, but it didn't come at 6 o'clock.
So it didn't show up at the clubhouse? Or it show up at your stop?
It didn't come at all, it won't come at my stop. It didn't come. I can see from way up, but it didn't show up. But it did come at 7, but that time was late for the movie. So I said, maybe it was breakdown or.
This is the one, January the 1st, right?
Mhm.
Yes,
So where are you in the clubhouse?
No, I heard association, what's your association? Your
Wellington
Wellington,
M, Wellington M, the last bit, the last.
we're gonna take a look at that, see the GPS on the camera, see what the driver was doing.
It's supposed, it would reach there normally like 6:15. And I know the movie is 6:30, so I was downstairs long before. But then when 6:45, I just went go back upstairs. So I know it didn't show, but then it showed after the 7. But it was just that one that missing. No, is the stop up, is the, when across the street, at the mall, is it a designated stop or you have to request to go there? Because most time the bus don't go over the mall, you know, when coming back from Publix coming down Okeechobee. It's supposed to go under the mall over there.
On this bus.
In this part across the street,
Yeah, the little mall, that would be the east,
I don't know.
not,
That's
That's the
west.
west,
West,
west.
that's west.
west.
so we have to stop there, or we have to go
Yeah,
inside?
Inside,
Inside
inside the
the-
plaza.
quite a few times they fly by, they go by because I like,
Is the plaza, close to the gas station?
yeah,
Across the
across the
street.
street, right across.
Right here.
Like, you have to go in.
Oh, they go in there?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
The bus is supposed to go in,
So, well, they don't go all the way.
no, they're supposed to go every time. So that would be West Route.
For that one, you know, they don't show.
You remember specifically one day that happened to you, or?
Well, it happened to me 3 times. One time I get a ride, so I go over there and I was waiting for the bus to
But
come back
it's
home.
better if you
So
send
I
it
will
to
know
me,
who was driving.
Faith, it's better if you send it to me with the date,
Yeah.
I give it to him. Because then he knows who the bus driver was.
Yeah, exactly. Best way to do it, it's happened to you, right
Yeah.
there, write it down, take it, send a quick text message to her, hey, today, Friday, 3 o'clock.
And
Big
I
bus.
really don't like to cross that street. I don't do it, I don't like to cross it.
Okay, so we can talk to the drivers that they do external routes. In general, we should speak to all of them.
And if you see them afterward and you ask them, they say, well, nobody didn't request to go there. But
Okay.
it's on the schedule that is
They have to follow the
it's a requested stop.
No, they have to follow the schedule.
I know, I don't know why. One other thing, if I may, we're going to start getting our monthly reports again since people are back. January,
We starting tomorrow
okay,
to the passenger count.
okay, good,
We can start tomorrow. We have a meeting today with the supervisor,
all right, good,
so we prepared the forms and he's aware of it.
great, that's great.
And this is just general. What do you do to let people show the driver this pass? Because they have this thing to
No,
say,
no,
let me here already.
it's on the bus, we saw it yesterday, passing in the car, it says ID required. And that's it, if they don't have their ID, they should not be getting on the bus.
There's an argument.
I don't see
Yeah, I
anything
know,
right,
what's right.
guys,
They have to have the Century Village
Let's see.
ID to get
Yep.
on the bus.
Yes,
ladies. Unless it's in writing, I'm gonna tell you again, you cannot bombard them when you come with all these things, give it to me in writing. He will have it, and then he will discuss it with you, because I haven't heard anything about people getting on the bus without the ID. So if you have a general question, a problem with it, give it to me. They get, every day, they get whatever I have, if I have something. And then he would have an answer for you, because they have cameras on the bus. So if you're telling me now that someone got on the bus without an ID, we don't have a date, we don't have the bus, I don't have it in writing, and he can't
that
answer
is
you.
just general, it's not one time.
Okay, but in general, if somebody tells me,
Yeah,
Mario will get that.
and sometimes if
And
the
Omar.
driver asks or the driver say anything.
Yeah, at this point,
I think they improved it.
we want to address the issues with the driver that is
The
failing
driver,
to comply specifically. We want to bring him in, you know what, look, this day, you missed your
Right.
stop, the
Right,
customer was waiting for you there.
Yeah.
If there is any discussion, you know what, let's take a look at the camera.
right,
Is that you? Yes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be here. Okay, well, you know what? This is your first count. And we're gonna follow up. And that's the only way that we'll stop doing what they're doing and they start doing the right thing.
Right.
We address it one to one. And once they start seeing my, it's, you know what, it's like, when they come to my office, they feel like they come to the principal's office. Because when I call them, I have to tell them what I have to tell them, and I have to do what I have to do,
Omar, put the white collar on. The confessional box.
Yeah, and you know what? I make it simple for them. I tell them, you call someone to do a job at your house. You pay for the job that you're doing. You don't get the job that you're doing, what you do?
You don't pay.
You go back. You don't pay, you go back and tell them, this is not what I paid for. Exactly the same happen with Century Village. and any other, or any other customers. They're paying us to do a job, we're supposed to do a job exactly that, the way they want it.
Well,
Because we
yesterday,
We get
yesterday,
paid for it.
we saw the bus, that there's a sign right on the door, and there's one right on the first window that says must show ID. We saw it.
And I can say I was just on the number one. As I walked on, I had my ID in my hand, but unlike in the past, the driver thoroughly looked over my ID to make sure, I just wasn't showing the library card. And every person that walked by me in the aisle either was putting an ID away or had them in their hand or wearing one around their neck, so. He was being pretty diligent in looking those over.
No, I did notice that people will say things that are not true, but what they don't realize is they have cameras, lots of cameras on the bus. And a lady told me they passed her and it wasn't true, she wasn't, you can't go down if the bus is coming at 8 o'clock. You cannot go downstairs at 8 o'clock, 5 to. I would allow 10-15 minutes, because if the bus doesn't see anyone, they're not gonna stop for someone chasing them down,
No,
so.
Yeah, we recommend to be waiting for the bus at least a few minutes, so 5 minutes to 10 minutes waiting for the bus, that will be really.
Well, I would say 10,
best way to
because
do it.
sometimes they are to the stop earlier because there's not a lot of people getting on or whatever. So
and
that's,
there's one more
that's
thing,
it.
when the buses are at Publix, if the driver leave the bus and go inside, you got some people that come right in and go to the back and sit down here, and then when the driver come, he don't look to see.
I need to know who's doing that.
Again, they're still doing it?
Drivers are not allowed to do that.
I can tell you,
No, you can't, you gotta, no, you can't.
Write it down, put it down on a piece of paper. Put it down.
I have to be consistent
Yes.
with that.
Yeah, we need to put it down, use the form that we have,
Yeah,
and don't be afraid of telling us who's doing it. Don't be afraid, just come back to the clubhouse, get a piece of
I
paper.
want to travel by the bus, I don't want to kick me out.
No,
No one's gonna kick you
no, absolutely not. I need to know who's doing it. Because it is not just, it's just safety. It is a safety issue, and we have that really well stressed out with the drivers. They cannot abandon the bus, not, if they have passengers on board, they need to be in charge of the bus. They need to be with the bus. They're not allowed to go inside to do shopping. This is not the time for them to do shopping. They're not allowed to go there to buy lunch. They're not allowed to do any of that. They're not supposed to. That's really against the company policy. They need to comply with the company policy. And if they are doing it, they're gonna pay consequences for doing it. Because with the times that we live in today, anyone can come and hijack a bus full of passengers,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be a problem. And we don't want that to happen. We don't want. And we have supervisors on site. If we have an emergency, if the driver has an emergency, because we're talking about going inside Publix to buy stuff. But let's say that there is a real emergency, and he needs to go inside the clubhouse to run to the bathroom, or he needs to go, or something happened, keep safe everyone. They need to run home for something. We have supervisors on site that is there to take over the route and do the job. And we remove the driver if it is necessary to remove the driver, and we have supervisors on site to cover the job. So don't be afraid of telling us who's doing what. Because when I was a driver, I didn't do that. I never left the bus with people to go anywhere. No, and it's against the company policy. We have trainings every 3 quarters of the year, every 3 months. We do trainings now. Some of the trainings that we do, is about TSA.
safety.
It's TSA. Suspicious packages. How to proceed when it is an accident, how to proceed when it is an actual shooting, how to proceed when it is a hijacking. We have even codes that the drivers, they mention a few words on the radio, and we know what's going on. They don't even need to say, I'm in trouble. They don't even need to say that. All they need to do is just make an announcement on the radio. We hear the announcement, and we know exactly what's going on. And we a lot of things that we implemented with the buses. We can turn the buses off from the computer.
Yeah.
We can follow the bus on the computer. We can send a specific direction to the bus drivers on the computers. It's a lot of things that we train the drivers to be prepared, because it's being safe since 2011, 11. But we cannot just be off guard. And the drivers being trained and they need to do what they need to do. They're not allowed to leave the buses unattended. They can't. And if they can do it, I mean, if there's nobody on board and the bus is in a safe place and they can just go ahead and close the bus and turn it off and go for a bathroom break.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's
But as
okay.
long as they have someone on board, they need to have someone looking at the bus.
If for some reason he has emergency, he has to first call the supervisor and let him know what's going on. He has the emergency and
Close the bus, close the door.
have an
You
emergency.
need to call supervisor.
If you go in the store,
Second,
close the
he
door.
has to put all the passenger out. He has to close the bus, turn off. Explain to the passenger, I'm coming back soon, but I have the emergency because it's human. But with person inside the bus,
We have had emergencies like this. I remember having an emergency with a female driver. You know, you ladies, you know, you have emergencies that we don't have.
Nice.
And when you need to go, you need to go, right? So, and that's instructions. It's okay, just explain to the drivers, I have an emergency, I would like to please you guys, help me out, step off the bus, I need to close the bus and keep it secure. And I hope everybody understand when there is that kind of emergency, but they need to do the right thing. And then you're coming back and we go back in service. And if the emergency is like a serious emergency, hey, you know what, supervisor, I need someone here. We will send somebody from the shops, we will send a mechanic to bring the bus back, we will send, Mario will come, I will come, Donnie will come, we will send somebody.
Another thing about the bus passes, if an aide have, like the lady in my building, the aide has a pass, but they tell her she cannot ride the bus without her patient. Well, the old lady, she can't make it to the store, that's why she tried to send the girl to the store. But, and the aide, she do have a pass, but.
The aide has a pass,
Yeah,
so what's the problem? Should be,
But
should-
She
Because
can't get on the bus
because
without
her- couldn't go with her. The person
Oh.
taking care of couldn't go with her.
She
Can't make it to the
She
store.
can't just send an aide on the bus.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Get along, right.
so is the resident is not coming with the
Yes.
aide, it's just the
Right.
aide coming, oh, okay.
Yes, the resident can't make it and can't go,
Oh.
so try to send the girl to the store and they put her on 1 or 2 times, so she just walked.
That would be a difficult one, yeah, because
That's the rule.
That's the rule, you can't change it.
Even when you go to the ID office, they tell you that the aide cannot ride the bus without the patient.
yeah, if those are the rules, those are the rules.
Oh, that's the rules.
Cannot step on any of the rules that you guys have as you know, entity.
One person. All right,
Good.
so, anyone else? Anything? Nope. Then I'm going to adjourn the meeting. And thank you all for coming, and I'm happy, hopefully, New Year to all.
Good meeting. Yeah.